Hear the crowd rumbling for Tiffy time. And Tiffany Stratton hands the title over to the official. It's all about the women's championship. Charlotte, who looks to become a 15-time women's champion, is going to have to get through Tiffany Stratton. This has become extremely personal. From parking lot attacks to mentioning personal affairs. These two have exchanged words. These two have attacked each other from behind. And now it all comes down to this. Charlotte Flair, who won her second Royal Rumble back in February when she would win the 2025 Women's Royal Rumble. And she chose to take on Tiffany Stratton. She was looking for somebody to inspire her as she was looking to pick who she was going to challenge. It was Rhea Ripley she would confront first on Monday Night Raw, and Rhea Ripley desperately wanted a challenge. Charlotte wanted Charlotte Flair to challenge her for the women's world title. And Charlotte basically called Rhea Ripley a child because Rhea Ripley wasn't going to get what she wanted and was being fussy about it. Last time the two fought, Rhea Ripley had won. But tonight, this is about the future and the present. It's about Charlotte Flair, who's been with the WWE for over a decade. And it's about Tiffany Stratton, who's only been with the company for a few years. And ever since Tiffany Stratton has made her debut, she's been making waves. There have also been comparisons of Tiffany Stratton to Charlotte Flair. And that is part of the intrigue for Charlotte Flair. That is what inspired Charlotte Flair to decide on challenging Tiffany Stratton here at WrestleMania. You just saw Tiffany Stratton go for the cover on Charlotte Flair, who kicked out at 2. And it was Tiffany Stratton who wanted the match with Charlotte Flair just as much. You know, it's a big opportunity. You get the chance to prove that you belong, to prove how high of a competitive champion you truly are if you can defeat somebody like Charlotte Flair. Oh, what a drop on the spine. Absolutely brutal. And Charlotte Flair rolls back into the ring and rolls back out to break the referee's count, as she knows that the title cannot change hands via countout or disqualification. The title can only change hands via pinfall or submission. Whether in Charlotte's favor, known for her natural selection that would lead to a pinfall, or the figure 8 submission hold, that is her version that she upgraded her father, the legendary 16-time world champion Ric Flair's legendary submission hold, the figure 4 leg lock. Charlotte Flair knows that she needs to stay on the attack here. And that's exactly what she's doing. She's breaking Tiffany Stratton down piece by piece. And Tiffany Stratton has truly evolved as a superstar over the years, especially when she finally won Money in the Bank. It seemed like she was never going to cash in, and it seemed like who was she going to cash in? Especially with her being on the side of Nia Jax, who was the current WWE Women's Champion at the time. But things started to spread apart and separate. There was that distance when Nia Jax started to team with Candice LeRae, the Poison Pixie, and that created some separation and hurt feelings. And when the opportunity was right, Tiffany Stratton struck, and she successfully cashed in her Money in the Bank on Nia Jax to become the new WWE Women's Champion. And now here we are at WrestleMania in the biggest match of Tiffany Stratton's career. But for Charlotte Flair, This is just Charlotte Flair looking to capture another WWE Women's Championship just for her to get back on top. There's nobody who has accomplished more in the women's division than this woman who has the Boston Crab on Tiffany Stratton, that being the queen herself, Charlotte. Oh, Tiffany Stratton counters with that cover, trying to get the victory there. Charlotte went for a forearm, but it's Tiffany Stratton who blocked, nailing Charlotte with some forearms. Charlotte. A neck breaker. Oh, caught on the top rope, and a drop kick takes down Charlotte Flair. Tiffany Stratton looking to pick up some momentum. Bringing out that gymnastics background of hers. And saying it's Tiffy time. One more. And that back elbow in the corner to Charlotte Flair. And Charlotte sent to the ropes. Boom, what a spine buster. And Tiffany Stratton stacks up Flair, but Flair kicks at it too. Let's get another look at this. Boom, beautiful spine buster by Tiffany Stratton. And with both women down, who is going to get back up to their feet first? Tiffany Stratton unable to capitalize on the opportunity after that spine buster as Charlotte Flair rolls away. Both women trying to crawl back up to their feet as Charlotte rolled out to the apron. 61,467 of the WWE Universe in attendance for night one of WrestleMania as Charlotte Flair heads up to the top. And it's Tiffany Stratton who has Charlotte Flair up on her shoulders, rolling senton. Tiffany looking for that moonsault, the prettiest. Went for the moonsault, but nobody home. Charlotte Flair, who had it scouted. That's what makes Charlotte so great inside the squared circle, is that she does the research. She knows everything she needs to know about her opponents. Oh, going for a roll through. Oh, Tiffany Stratton rolled all the way through, and a drop kick takes down Flair. And now pulls the leg back for the cover. Rather is Tiffany Stratton. And Stratton is truly taking all of it in. Everything she can learn from Charlotte Flair. There is so much to learn just from being in the ring with your opponent and getting a feel for them. Charlotte Flair has faced some of the very best in this industry. From Bayley to Becky Lynch to Sasha Banks to Trish Stratus. Charlotte Flair has gotten to face the very best. Meanwhile, Charlotte Flair held on. And a huge boot that Tiffany Stratton just ran into. But Stratton kicks out right before the 3. That was a huge impact on that big boot from Charlotte Flair. You got to wonder what it's going to take from Charlotte Flair to keep down Tiffany Stratton. And Flair thinking about her game plan. Meanwhile, she's talking smack. You just got a shot of that WWE Women's Championship. That's what this match is all about. It's all about the big prize being the top of the women's division on the blue brand. Will it be Tiffany Stratton? Will it be Charlotte Flair? Who wants it more? And a nice chop from Charlotte Flair that took Tiffany Stratton off her boots. Another shot to Stratton. And just toying with Stratton. Stratton got angry. That only fired her up. Stratton built up a new fire after that slap from Charlotte. And Stratton once again goes after Charlotte, but Charlotte gets out of harm's way. And another big boot knocks Stratton off her feet. And Stratton's been laid out by Charlotte. What is next for Charlotte? And a natural selection that got blocked. Charlotte Flair with a power bomb. It seemed that it had gotten blocked. Oh, looking for that 15th time championship. Charlotte Flair expressing a little bit of frustration. Now let's get another look at this power bomb. A near deadlift on that power bomb. Stacking up. And Stratton tried to escape a few times, but Charlotte Flair held on and was able to connect with that power bomb. Perhaps frustration setting in the challenger, Charlotte Flair. She cannot afford for her emotions to get out of control in such a high caliber match. Oh, what an enziguri in the corner to Tiffany Stratton by Charlotte. Oh, was going after the knee of Stratton as she was looking to warm up that knee of Stratton for that figure eight submission that I had mentioned earlier, and walks right over Stratton. The absolute disrespect. Charlotte Flair becoming extremely dismissive of the talent of Tiffany Stratton. It's a see it when I believe it kind of thing. And it seems that Charlotte is having a hard time believing that Tiffy time is as real as it gets. Tiffany Stratton meeting Charlotte Flair up at the top. But it's Charlotte Flair fighting back with back elbows, knocking Stratton off the top turnbuckle. But Tiffany Stratton still showing that she's got a dog in this fight as she keeps getting back up to her feet. Charlotte Flair rolls through. And a backdrop, but Stratton lands on her feet in the ring. Went for a big boot. Stratton ducked. Pop-up spine buster, rather. Will it be enough? And Charlotte Flair stays alive. It's all about the endurance, what this has come down to. Tiffany Stratton is still fighting through it. Still putting her best foot forward. For the first time ever, Tiffany Stratton is defending the WWE Women's Championship at WrestleMania. With 3 title defenses, Tiffany Stratton is making her huge WrestleMania debut. And Charlotte Flair sends Stratton back, using the ropes to push her back. Charlotte Flair climbing up to the top, looking to go high risk. But will there be a big reward at the end of it? As Stratton rolls through for the cover to retain. Oh, and Charlotte kicks out. It seemed there was a little bit of blood from the mouth of Stratton. And Charlotte sending Stratton, driving her right into that middle turnbuckle hard. And Stratton just kicked out of the outside of the ring like she's trash by Charlotte. Charlotte measuring up Tiffany Stratton on the outside. We've seen this before when it comes to high risk, but this time it won't work out for Charlotte Flair. Was looking for that moonsault. And now that brace that's covering the surgically repaired knee. It's Tiffany Stratton who's now going after the knee of Charlotte Flair. Oh, driving the knee of Charlotte Flair into the mat. And how ironic is it that it's usually Charlotte Flair who goes after the knee of her opponent to set up for that figure eight. Went for a big boot, but it was Stratton who kicked out. Charlotte using her incredibly long legs to her advantage throughout this match with multiple big boots. If you got them, you should use them. And Charlotte Flair is using her body to her complete advantage in this women's championship match against Tiffany Stratton. And now it's Charlotte Flair who's going after Tiffany Stratton. And this could be the beginning of the end of Tiffy time as Charlotte Flair sets up for the devastating figure eight as she warms up that knee and loosens it away in a way. And a big forearm. And a stomp to the back of the knee of Tiffany Stratton. And Tiffany Stratton on one leg. And now bridging into the figure eight is Charlotte Flair. Trying to. She's got the figure four at least, but can she get the figure eight? And mocking the champion. Meanwhile, and Stratton banging on the bad knee, the surgically repaired knee. That knee will never be perfect after Charlotte having to get surgery on it, being out of action for over a year, and a chop block to the back of the knee of Charlotte Flair, who is writhing in pain. And now it's Tiffany Stratton who has Charlotte Flair up. Rolling senton. But the knee of Tiffany Stratton has taken a bit of damage as well. Can she capitalize? Prettiest moonsault ever gets countered as Charlotte gets the knees up. Charlotte rolls through. Oh, and a kick out by Tiffany Stratton. Charlotte Flair got the knees up, but the thing is, that knee took all that weight of Tiffany Stratton. All that weight that comes crashing down. That knee took that brute force of that prettiest moonsault ever. And that's going to do a lot of damage, which prevented Charlotte from capitalizing right away. And it took a second before Charlotte could roll through for the pinfall. And this is what it's all about. You got to take those risks. You got to do what it takes, even if it means putting your body at risk. Because to be at the top, you got to do whatever it takes. And the injured knee of Charlotte slowing her down a bit as she tried to crawl up to the top. Here comes Tiffany Stratton meeting Charlotte Flair up at the top. And beating down Charlotte Flair up at the top. And the punishment. Oh, but Charlotte Flair drops Stratton down. And now it's Charlotte who's measuring up the champion. Charlotte with a supernatural selection. That's got to do it. Oh! But Stratton at 2.5 continues her reign as champion as she kicks out. She keeps her title reign alive. And that is the sheer willpower of what it means to be a champion, a fighting champion at the Showcase of Immortals, when it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Not too many people get this opportunity, and you never know when you're going to get an opportunity like this again. That's why all these superstars fight so hard to give it everything they have on the grandest stage of them all. Oh, and a chop block to the back of the knee of Stratton. It's Charlotte. Now looking for the figure eight, but it's Stratton for the cover. Oh, but now back up. Power for power, counter for counter. Who's going to get the best of the other? Oh, Charlotte hit face first into that middle turnbuckle. Tiffany Stratton. Oh my God. Into the corner with that Alabama slam. I don't know if she got all of it though. She got a good bit of it. And Charlotte Flair, the back of her head hit that second buckle. And all that dead weight on the shoulder. A rolling senton. And now in position for one more. Will it be? This time the prettiest moonsault ever connects. And what a win for Tiffany Stratton, who gets a big victory over the Queen, Charlotte Flair. Tiffany Stratton. It is still Tiffy time. She has done it. A big victory over the Queen. Making sure the Queen could not claim the crown. as the championship stays on the shoulders of WWE's Barbie doll, Tiffany Stratton. When it comes to toughness, when it comes to charisma, when it comes to stamina, the endurance, the grit, all of it mashed into one, Tiffany Stratton fought Charlotte on this night and gave it everything she had, despite the damage that was done to the knee. But the world's prettiest moonsault that would allow Tiffany Stratton to retain the WWE Women's Championship here at WrestleMania. A big win for Stratton in her debut match at WrestleMania. This is the first time for Stratton, and to be the women's champion at WrestleMania is a big deal. She just had perhaps the biggest match of her career and won. And Tiffany Stratton could be on her way to a career quite like her opponents tonight. Charlotte Flair has had a legendary career in the WWE. Future Hall of Famer, no doubt about it. And perhaps Tiffany Stratton is on her way to do just the same. But it has only just begun for Tiffany Stratton, who is still in her first reign as women's champion. Congratulations to Tiffany Stratton.